Okay guys, 35 to 40, complete the notes below, one word only. Right, now those who are looking for 8777, they may lose some precious marks in questions 31 to 34, and then they come back to questions 35 to 40. So whenever you are going to guess in multiple choice, find a midway and then guess all same letter. For example, questions 31 to 34, if you guess all B, you know how many answers will be right? Three answers right without listening to the audio. Okay, yeah, and never do guessing like this: 31A, 32B, 33 again A. No, if it is true, false not given, yes, no not given, and time is running out and you don't understand, you want to guess, then guess all true, all false, because the ratio of not given is very small, right? Okay, questions 35 to 40, complete the notes below. We've got notes completion, write one word only. So part 4 actually is one word only, but if you are unlucky, then you will get multiple choice in part 4 as well. One word only. Setting up systems based on an existing process. So setting up systems which are based on existing processes. You know, this topic is hard to grasp as well. Sometimes they talk about animals, marine life, this and that. So in part 4, there is always a part of a lecture. So sometimes the topic of, because you know, this is for the students who are planning to study in a foreign country. They are going to attend lectures like this. That's why they've got a variety, sometimes global warming, sometimes animals, sometimes this and that. Because part of a lecture means they are preparing you, they want to check, they want to judge the level of your English. When you go to a foreign country, do you understand lectures in English or not? Or you say, sir, Madi Madi Urdu, Punjabi. Yeah, okay, it's for that. So, 2 mistakes. Now, can you guys see 2 mistakes? And then they say manager tries to. And then there are 2 bullet points. Now, whenever you see bullet points, you can focus signpost language. What is that? First of all. Secondly, or they can use first of all, another one. First of all, secondly, first of all, another one. First of all, and finally, because there are only 2 notes. So, question number 35. Create an ideal. First thing is you will focus either secondly or you will focus another. Underline the word ideal. Now see, this is how IELTS listening works, and if you know these things, you can find the answer like this. Otherwise you'll be waiting, answer will be gone, that jhatka lagega. Then you move on to the next question. So underline the word ideal and write the word perfect. If I say this is an ideal gift for him, this is a perfect gift for him. So ideal and perfect. Now create an ideal dash from the best parts of several processes. Let's see. Just focus the word ideal and focus another.
Now, let's consider 2 types of mistake that can occur when a manager actually starts to set up a duplicate system to replicate a successful process. Firstly, perhaps he forgets that he was just trying to copy another process and starts trying to improve on it. Another mistake is trying to use the best parts of various different systems in the hope of creating the perfect combination.
In the hope of creating the perfect combination. So in the hope of creating, for create they use the word in the hope of creating the perfect combination. So answer is combination. Got it? So for part 4, whenever it is one word only, what is written before the blank is extremely important. I'll give you more examples. Please come to cause of problems. Information was inaccurate. Okay, now the points where there is no question, you will not read them. You will only underline a word there. For example, causes of problem, information was inaccurate. Underline inaccurate. And for that they might use the word wrong or anything. Then comparison, and at the end they've written invalid. Underline the word invalid. Now after invalid you have to be active. Disadvantages were overlooked. E.g. means for example. Disadvantages were overlooked. For example, effect of changes on dash. Now, effects of changes on what? And by the way, for effects of changes, they might use any sort of paraphrasing. Let's learn what that is. Effects of changes on. And this preposition on can help you. They will use another preposition or the same preposition on.
Unfortunately, attempts like these usually turn out to be misguided and lead to problems. Why? Well, for various reasons. Perhaps there weren't really any advantages after all, because the information wasn't accurate. Or perhaps the business settings weren't really comparable. More typically, the advantages are real enough, but there are also disadvantages that have been overlooked. For example, the modifications might compromise safety in some way.
Modifications might compromise safety. Effect of changes. What is the word for changes? Modifications. Very good. Modifications might compromise safety. So effect of changes on safety will be the right answer here. Okay, now let's move on to solution. Question number 37. Solutions. Change dash. Now tell me other words for change. Modify, alter. Okay, and by the way, this is the first bullet point. So they might say solution or to sort out this issue. First of all, okay, and for change, even they can use the word adjusting the dash. Adjusting the dash. So whatever they say after that, that will be your answer. Focus the word change, modification, alter, adjust, like that. Change behavior, adjust your behavior. It's the same thing.
So, what's the solution? Well, I don't intend to suggest that it's easy to get things right the second time. It's not. But the underlying problem has more to do with attitudes than the actual difficulty of the task. And there are ways of getting it right.
And
these involve adjusting attitudes, first of all.
These involved adjusting attitudes first of all. So adjusting attitudes means change attitude. Okay, question number 38. They might use the word secondly. And by the way, this first of all, secondly, we call it signposting. Very important in part 4. Impose rigorous. Okay, now underline the word rigorous. It means strict. And for impose, they might use the word exert, strict. For example, rigorous fine, rigorous penalty, rigorous punishment. Okay, so we use this word there. Let's see what do they say after that.
Secondly, they involve exerting strict controls on the organizational and operational systems.
Exerting strict controls. So rigorous and strict, they are synonym. Answer is controls. Okay, copy original very closely. Physical features of the dash. Now listen, for physical features, very, very simple. They use the word characteristics. Okay, physical features and characteristics. Characteristics of something. So let's see what that is. In part 4, they only check this thing, your vocabulary.
And this, in turn, means copying the original as closely as possible. Not merely duplicating the physical characteristics of the factory.
Duplicating the original characteristics of the factory. So characteristics and physical features of the factory is the right answer. Question number 40. The dash of original employees. Very simple. Let's play this.
But also duplicating the skills that the original employees had.
Duplicating the skills that original employees had means the skills of original employees. That's right. Okay.